that was my last year in my salon. And I was specifically looking for a tribe of people and support and help and friends and all of that were more like-minded like me. And I found it.
Right. You were lucky.
Yeah. I mean, I really put a lot of effort into seeking it out, and I found it. And the group at that point helped to give me the confidence that I needed and the shift, of my energy and everything that I needed in order to close the salon and move on.
Hi, and welcome. I'm Catherine Gagno, Executive Director at the Natural Life Business Partner. So thrilled to be here today and welcome everyone to our Tribe Talks, our connected conversations, where each week we feature various members of the Natural Life Business Partnership. We are a membership-based global business community bringing together a diverse group of high-performing, soul-centered business owners and community leaders who want to build innovative, robust businesses that reflect their soul and positively impact the world. We guide members to achieve at their highest potential through personal growth and professional expansion. And what we love to say is that there is incredible power when the empowered and enlightened gather together. So it is amazing. So I am thrilled today for member Meryl Hayton to join us. Meryl is a spirited entrepreneur. She is I want to get this right, a self-employment coach, yoga teacher, and accredited EFT practitioner, and we are going to get to what that stands for in a moment. She helps spiritual female professionals release their fear and self-sabotage so they get alignment with who they are and boldly build a life and business they love. So she, a little bit also on her background, her career began in corporate accounting, then realized her passion was in nail arts. She went to the Artistic Academy, became a shop owner with a long list of loyal clients. And then, of course, there's a shift that happens in the world, and as well as Meryl's, where after a successful career, she decided to change gears. And so we're going to find out a little bit more about what EFT stands for, because I do think it's really fascinating. And so Meryl's there. Let me get her in so we can start this amazing conversation. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm going to turn up the volume. You can't hear. I was just welcoming everybody, and I was sharing that you have had such an amazing career with a lot of twists and turns, which I really believe each step of that journey that we all take has led you to where you are today. And then when we first connected, I really loved, every story at NLBP is so unique and so different, but I loved your story because I think it really resonates with a lot of people, just not within NLBP, but the greater world in which we live in, this entire global community. So I would love for you to share with us first a little bit about that, but as well as what what I think everyone wants to know. And because I only use the acronym EFT, and I want people, or the abbreviation, practitioner, because I want you to share, because what I love is how it is all in the fingertips, as I had mentioned to you. And I think it's fascinating. So right. I want you to go ahead and share with everybody kind of a little bit, like I said, a little bit about this journey and what you're doing today. Love to hear more. So please take it away.
Okay. Yeah. So I came from a corporate background family, right? And I was led to practice accounting and business and everything. And, but I always was really passionate about doing my nails. I was like creative and really passionate about doing my nails. And that's what I did on like a Saturday, laying in bed, watching TV, I had like the shoebox filled with all my stuff, and my babysitting money all went to this place called Things of Beauty in the mall that, doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
Where I could just spend it on everything nail related. And and then I ended up really wanting to follow that as a career path. I always thought it would be a hobby, but I just had this constant pull to do that. And college wasn't really working for me. I just really wasn't a great student in that. And I just said, this is my passion. I have to follow it, right?
Right.
So I did. And after a few years of working in corporate still and honing my skills, I left there, took a big leap of faith. I left all the 401k and the 5 weeks vacation and all that.
Right.
To take a chance. And I ended up having a 30-year career with, owning my own small nail studio. And it was very successful and it was a great experience. But I did get burned out. I would say the last 10 years that I had it, I was really burned out because I had worked so many hours and so hard, sitting in the same position with all the repetitive motions. It led me to always looking for ways to heal myself and ways to help my body feel better, right? So I was spending a lot of money and a lot of time in physical therapy and at doctors and all sorts of things. But I loved the alternative world and the spiritual world. And I was practicing yoga, so that led me to become a yoga teacher. And then just really still learning to listen to the pulls and my intuition a little bit. But there were a lot of times when I didn't. And then the universe forced me to move forward, right? I think I told you I fell down my stairs.
Yes.
And I broke my sacrum. I fell in the mall and tripped. I tripped over something in the mall and I fell and everything was like, I couldn't work because of all these falls, or
Right.
I had to cut down, or it was forcing me to tune in, right? Really, really tune in to what I needed and listen more to my intuition and my calling. And and then I did an advanced level yoga teacher training in 2017. And then I knew that would probably be my last year in the salon, but what was I going to do? And I started to look into energy healing and alternative therapies, and I was led to EFT. I was led to a coach who practiced EFT, and I have to say, the first 6 months that I did it, I thought it was weird, and I was like, I don't know, I don't really get this tapping thing. I don't really get it.
So tell us what it is. So tell us what is EFT?
So EFT means emotional freedom technique. And it is it's a proven method that can help you dismantle the attachment you have to anything. It can be pain, it can be food cravings, it can be your limiting beliefs, it can be an event that happened in your past or future worries. I mean, it really can be anything, your fear of success. I mean, your doubts that you're not enough, all sorts of things. So I almost went off on a tangent on something else.
That's okay. I'll help you pull you back in because I know I love the conversation. I love the chatter.
Yeah.
So keep going.
Yeah. So as Catherine said, it's so interesting that I was creative using my hands in my nail career, and I'm still using my hands in a different creative way. So we tap on the main Chinese energy meridian points, similar to how an acupuncturist would put needles into your body to help you to heal, to change your mood, to shift your energy, to calm your nervous system down, to help you with anxiety, all sorts of things.
Okay.
Same thing that EFT does, except it's non-invasive because we're using gentle tapping, right? So there is a basic recipe of tapping, which is the side of the hand, top of the head. I'll just go through the points as I talk.
Yes.
You can use one or both hands. Some people think using both hands maybe gets you faster results. I don't think so. I'm more of a one-hander, except my favorite point is here.
Okay.
This is really connected to your nervous system here. So when you tap on the under the collarbone point here,
yes,
it really helps your body calm very quickly. Your nervous system calms down. So when you're triggered by things, by someone's comment or someone's facial expression, or right, something that you popped up on the TV, or you opened up an email, or any little thing that can trigger you, right? will turn your nervous system on, and you want to be able to regulate that. And this helps you to regulate that. And it helps.
Oh, keep going.
Yeah. So it helps you to manage your stress. And as I said, dismantle your attachment that you have to anything so that you really have more clarity, more focus. You can be more productive because of these, because of letting go of these things, right? Releasing your fears, your doubts, your worries. And
so one would say they could, and I'm going to just, I'm not being innate. I'm going to just play the other. So someone might say, well, I could do that to myself because an acupuncture, and I'm just, because I want people to understand too. So when you go to acupuncture, and I have never done it personally, but they put needles in. So that person has to be very much structured. So how would you, so when you're doing the tapping, which I like when you say use the word less invasive, because the idea of an for me personally doesn't sit well. But could somebody just sit there and tap on themselves? I don't, so, because that's what I think somebody might say, well, I could do that. Like, you're not going to go give yourself a massage either. So, but what is it that you must have, and I'll assume, and I'm not going to assume, but you could probably share with us, as a practitioner, you've had to learn where to tap, and there must be a methodology in terms of how often and et cetera. So can you just share a little bit about that as well? Because this is so unique. I've actually had never heard of it until you and I had chatted, and it's not like yoga where it's a mainstream, or this is very unique. So I think it's really important to just dive a little bit down into this, so we can understand the full breadth of exactly what it is.
Yeah. I just said today, or even the other day, to my mentor, who was my trainer, that I thought I knew how to do EFT before I was certified. Yeah.
I told you it's on the fingertips for you.
I thought I knew. And then I did my certification, and then I just completed a 8-month mentorship process where I had to do about 20 case studies where she read every word of what I asked, what the client said, and everything was critiqued. It was a difficult process, but what an incredible learning experience. I thought that I was getting all these great, having all these great experiences with my clients, and I was, but now it can be even better, which I didn't even realize could be. So
congratulations too on that, by the way.
Thank you. It really was a profound experience that everybody should go through, really, and it's not included in the regular certification. It's like something extra that I did. So you can go on YouTube and watch any EFT video on anything under the sun and practice along with someone.
Okay.
And I have some as well. The difference between working with a practitioner is I know the questions to ask and how to guide you in a way that is specific and customized exactly to your need. That's the difference. And it helps you to really get underneath what the issue is, right? I have a fear of success. Well, my father told me that people who made money weren't nice. All right. Well, but how do you get really to that? And what does that feeling mean to you? And how does that create the behaviors that you have in your life now? It's probably creating sabotaging behaviors, right? So that's just like a quick little example.
Okay.
The way that I tap, you can tap on, I want to make $1 million. I am a successful leader. I mean, it can be all happy, positive affirmations, but it's not going to disrupt and dismantle and release the negative feeling you have or the limiting belief that you have unless you focus on exactly what that is. So when we tap, it's tapping on your doubt, right? I have this doubt, I have this fear, right? I feel unworthy, and you're specifically focusing on what that is. And that, because that is really your truth. We want to tap on what your truth is.
Right.
When you follow something that's on YouTube, it's general.
Right. It's just talking to a mass. Okay.
Yeah. And it's just not specific enough. So you might make little shifts, but it's not going to be the long lasting shift that can happen when you work with an experienced practitioner.
Right. Okay. I think it's fascinating to be like I'm really, we could keep going because I think it's truly unique, and you're going to have to send us to the work, because I didn't know you had that in your own personal library. So we'll have to collect that afterwards. But I want to circle back a little bit too to the NLBP.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been a member, not just a member, but a longtime member, basically when we've launched, and since 2017. So first and foremost, thank you for your support through the years and continued. But I would love to know, what do you think one of the biggest impacts has NLBP had on your journey thus far?
Well, that was my last year in my salon, and I was specifically looking for a tribe of people and support and help and friends and all of that were more like-minded like me.
Mm-hmm.
And I found it.
Right. You were lucky.
Yeah. I mean, I really put a lot of effort into seeking it out, and I found it. And the group at that point helped to give me the confidence that I needed and the shift, of my energy and everything that I needed in order to close the salon and move on.
Right.
And then
it takes a lot of courage.
And I actually closed the salon, and then a month later, and I thought I like brought clients to my home to still work on them while I was building my coaching business. And then a month later, I fell and broke my wrist. I mean,
I remember you saying that.
You just can't make this stuff up. I mean, and 2 days later, the NLBP had a 90-day challenge. And I showed up like in my bathrobe with my cast on and my glasses on, and I was like, I'm here. I'm here. I can't work. So I might as well do the challenge. And I didn't win, but I think I came in like second place because I created a YouTube channel for people to do yoga that couldn't use their hands, like couldn't put pressure on their hands.
That was brilliant.
So
we should resurrect that video too, because that is still relevant.
It's all on my YouTube.
All right, I've got to get connect and get on that. But I do love that. And I think, everyone does come for a reason. And I do think there's a lot of folks that are within NLBP. Some, I would say, just through my conversations thus far, that a lot of people have had career transformations or career changes or shifts. But I do think maybe the calling was probably already there, or it was existing, right? But I do, and again, I think a part of our journey is like I said, I was just fascinated when you said you did, we're in the nail arts, and then had transitioned to the idea of this tapping. I was like, it's all finger-based. Like, it just kind of amazes me. But as we were kind of talking through, I would love to hear, and I've asked a lot of members this, and everyone has thus far had a different answer. And love to hear the 3 words that you would use to describe your experience or describe NLBP.
I would say support.
Okay.
Because that's
right.
There's just an incredible amount of support. I would say education. Because when you're thinking, I don't know how to do something, all you do is ask our leader, Camille, and she figures it out. She says, either we have that training in our, we already did that. That's in the, in our library of webinars, or I'll find someone that will help you to figure that out.
Right.
And then the last one is collaboration.
Okay.
Right. Like I have posted in there, I could use some help on brainstorming, or I could use some help on, I just created this new program. If I give the link, would anybody just read it for me and give me their opinion on what it would, what it looks like to them, what it feels like to them. Right. And people are like, yeah, you end up getting too many.
Right. I'm cooks in the kitchen in a good way.
No, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, right? It's a great thing because everybody wants to help everybody.
Right.
That's the great, and these people have become, some of these people are really my close friends.
Right. I think there is a member, I think, that refers to it as an incubator. And I think it is kind of spot on, a collaboration and an incubator of just, that everyone is there to help one another, which I think is amazing. So I love it. So from support, education, collaboration, I think those are all very new. We haven't heard those yet, so thank you.
Okay.
And I just want to say thank you. I know, like I said, I think these could go on, but they're meant not, but just so we can get like a little bit of a teaser, but we will, we'll make sure we post your website so people can further find out more post
Thank you.
this gets live, because I think it's important for people to have an understanding. And I think of it almost, some people go to an acupuncturist, but for those that really like, not to say, but like, I think this could be such a nice solve if somebody doesn't like needles, but I do know a lot of people that are actually interested in, but they're like, I can't do it, the needles. And I didn't know that this is basically, it's almost, or it could be an alternative, but it's something that they could actually do and still get a result.
Oh, yeah.
So
no, and even though I was just describing before about how it's great to have, an experienced practitioner, there are, you can just tap on your favorite point for self-regulation throughout your entire day and just breathe. I mean, it can be simple as that. Tapping and breathing will just help keep you regulated.
See, Meryl's already adding a lot of value. So with that, I just want to say thank you first and foremost for joining us and sharing this and, being a part of these tribe talks, because it's because of our members that we're here. So thank you very much. And with that, I'm going to say thank you, and we will stay connected. Have a good one.
You too. Bye. Bye.